Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Please be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to the University School of Milwaukee commencement exercises for the class of 2016. While outside the temperature may be cold, indoors together here we're warmed by the spirit and the accomplishment of these young men and women. On behalf of University School, it is my great privilege to welcome all of you, esteemed faculty, distinguished guests, trustees, alumni, staff, parents, grandparents, family, and friends, and most especially, our soon-to-be graduates. My name is Stuart Cushman. I'm the head of the upper school, and it has been my honor over the course of these past years to work with the outstanding young women and men who are seated before me. I accurately use the term outstanding in reference to these students. The class of 2016 is remarkable for its achievement, for its passion, for its diversity, for its leadership, for the change it has brought to University School. Seniors, the list of colleges you will be attending and the scholarships you have won are impressive. You've brought academic accolades and scholarships and recognition, championship sports teams, student-led technology support, significant capstone tower presentations, and much, much more. However, I am more impressed by the changes you have brought. You leave us with a prefect system that now truly works with faculty to shape the culture of student life. You have brought into campus nationally prominent politicians, but you have reached out to the Milwaukee community to understand its dilemmas and to serve its neediest causes. And you have set an example for deep, deep student engagement. Indeed, one colleague of mine commented that the class of 2016 has been a partner in our work as no class before. And work is the important word and concept here. I use it in a positive sense. We have seen the value of your work. You would not now be leaving University School as a changed institution were it not for the hard work you performed here. Hard work, as we know, can be joyful, fulfilling. The novelist, poet, and farmer, Wendell Berry, says that work is necessary to us all, as much a part of our condition as mortality. Good work is our salvation and our joy. I believe that I have seen this in you. Dear seniors, I challenge you, continue the good work when you alight at your next stop. For sure, be glad with your accomplishment now on this day, with the high honor of the diploma that will be bestowed upon you in just a few short minutes. But never stop your full engagement, your passion, your struggle, your work. Now, just for a little bit more, surrounded by the people who love you, soak up these last few minutes as university school students. It's my pleasure to invite to the podium our head of school, Laura Fuller.
Parents, grandparents, friends, and students, on behalf of the faculty, the administration, and the Board of Trustees, I am delighted to join Mr. Cushman in welcoming you to what is a joyful commencement ceremony. We are celebrating the University School class of 2016, soon to be alums of the University School. But before we start to celebrate the seniors, allow me to please introduce a few guests on our stage. The President of our Board of Trustees, Dick Cecil, today's graduation speaker and esteemed graduate of the class of 1953, Mr. Dick Kramlich. Once again, our upper school head, Mr. Stuart Cushman, the assistant upper school head, Mrs. Elaine Griffin, the assistant head of school, Mr. Greg Bach, the lower school head, Mr. Michael Toscher, and middle school head, Mrs. Pam Nosbush. Please also join me in welcoming members of our Board of Trustees who have joined us on the graduation stage. Mrs. Melanie Booth, Ms. Deanna Dorr, Mrs. Patricia Hoban, Mr. John Hopkins, Mrs. Karen Huffman, Ms. Sangita Khanna, Ms. Linda Muchler, Mr. Andrew Petzold, Mr. Buddy Tucker, and Mr. Mike Williams. Now, before I begin talking to the seniors, I'd like to also thank some people who put enormous hours of work into this. They have set up nearly 500 chairs, and oh, by the way, they set things up outside also. So they have been very busy, and I had an interesting morning listening to their exchange over the walkie-talkies. It's an amazing amount of work that goes into setting up this graduation. So I'd like to give a round of applause for the people in the grounds crew, the buildings, the setup, Mrs. Nancy Yeager, Mrs. Dawn Taylor, the maintenance, security, housekeeping, transportation, and food service crews. Please, let's give them a round of applause. I love that we're gathered here today in this space. It is a space where we've come to cheer you on when you're performing in athletics. It's a space where we've celebrated your music concerts. It's a space where we come together with the arts, with athletics, with academics, and it really, for me, weaves together what we are at University School. This is what we have wanted for you, this blend, this integration of these important areas. So seniors, class of 2016, you certainly have accomplished much. You have reached your destination. And as you leave behind the security of this amazing school, indeed, the world does await you. And you know what? You are going to be a wonderful gift to that world. You are strong, you are talented, articulate, and you are educated. But you know what? You're more than that. To us, you're warm, you're kind, and you're respectful. We are so proud of you as this journey begins. And this trip is going to require you to leave behind the daily comforts of family who love and support you through good times and bad, the familiarity of friends who laugh at the same jokes, sympathize with you when you're down, and applaud you when you're successful. But this is life, and you are prepared. So at this point, I think it's my turn to get to give you a few lessons, if you just bear with me. So lesson number one, when you go off next year, stay close to your family and your friends. Your parents have taught you well. They have laid a solid foundation for you. But now they're about to set you free. Honor them. by embracing those lessons that they have woven into the last 18 years of your lives together. And class of 2016, if you haven't thanked your parents yet for providing this experience for you at university school, do so. They are the sole reason you're here, and they are undoubtedly going to be your support when you go off next year and all the way through life. And remember, no matter where you wind up next year, which college campus you're on, which city holds that college campus, remember to always look back where they will be standing, your family, saying we love you and we are proud of you. And now look around you. Look at the person to your right. Go ahead, look at the person on the left. Pick out those special friends. Remember the one that introduced you at senior speeches. That person you can just look at across the room and you know what they're thinking. The one who makes you laugh so hard your stomach aches. These are your fellow classmates in the class of 2016. So my advice to you is work hard next year and bridge those gaps that will inevitably occur because of geography and even different lifestyles. Understand there will be new friends, but also understand that friends come and go. Only a few precious ones endure through life, and undoubtedly, some of them are sitting here with you today. Don't let distance keep you apart. Remember this, the older you get, the more you need the people who knew you when you were young. You have forged a bond with university school and with your classmates. It is yours forever. Take care of it. So a second lesson, live a life of civility. Choose civility. Civility is fundamental to making a good, successful, and serene life. It is a wonderfully effective tool for enhancing your own life. The common trust has been an integral part of your life here at USM. We've asked you to live by the tenets of respect and trust and honesty and fairness and kindness. Admittedly, none of us are successful at this every single day, but I do believe we've worked with you and beside you and next to you to ensure that you understand the value of these guidelines. And now it really is our most fervent hope that you will take it forward with you when you go on for this next year. I think that we all could agree on one principle, and that is that a crucial measure of our success in life is how we treat others on a daily basis. The truth is that to be truly human, to add to the general well-being of those we interact with, we need to imagine other people's feelings, and we need to relate to those feelings as if we are experiencing them ourselves. This is called being considerate. It is sort of like imagination on a moral track. So what does it look like? Well, from the time you were this big, your parents have been teaching you to say please and thank you, right? That's automatic, you got that. But what else constitutes living a life of civility? I think now that you're older, you're entering into your adult lives. A life of civility can mean some simple things. Acknowledge a newcomer into a conversation. Listening to others, but not just listening. Trying to understand and be helpful. Here's one that's hard. Responding with restraint when you're being challenged by someone else. Refusing to participate in malicious gossip. Yielding with grace when you're losing an argument. All of these things individually can be fundamental to your lives, but all together, they're really impactful. And if you do just those things, you will lead a life as a truly honorable person. However, you are blessed children. You have just completed an experience second to none. You have been raised in families that care about you, your preparedness, they care about your futures. And for those of us who have been given much, you know you've heard this, much is expected in return. You are expected to think beyond yourselves. You are expected to be tomorrow's leaders. You are expected to better the world that you inherit. This will require a lot of thought and a lot less self-absorption. These are the practices of civility that require open minds and the development of a mindset that goes beyond your own self-preservation. So what about civic responsibility? What about just not accepting that the world is full of people who are different from us? But how about just respecting and admiring their differences? And maybe some of you will go beyond this. We hope you will. We hope you will actively do something about the world, because you have been born into a wonderful place and at a wonderful time. So again, we all fall short of civility. I am simply a flawed messenger up here delivering a good message. Remember, though, that there are very few actions you can take in your life that will not impact all of those around you. So often, this is the time in graduation speeches when the speaker says to you, "Never stop dreaming." Well, I'm not going to tell you not to dream. We all need to indulge in the luxury of dreaming, so dream big, dream grandiose, dream for the future, for mankind. Dreams are lovely. But remember this, in isolation, they are just dreams. They're fleeting, ephemeral, pretty. Remember also that dreams do not come true just because you dream them. It's hard work that makes this happen. It's hard work that creates change. And so the third and final lesson is dream. Be a visionary, but also be a doer. Don't just be a dreamer. Think about people who are famous dreamers. Think about people like Steve Jobs, Martin Luther King Jr., Mother Teresa, Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan. I could go on and on. They were big dreamers. They were famous for it, but they were doers. None of them stopped with or got lost in their dreams. Instead, they got busy. Certainly they were motivated by the dreams, but that was only the beginning. The success for each of them is attributed to long, hard work. Walt Disney, a perennial dreamer, once said, "All of our dreams can come true if we have the courage and the stamina to pursue them." So how many of you know exactly what you want to do in life? How many of you are paralyzed by the idea that I have no idea what I want to do in life? The truth is, it just doesn't matter. The most interesting people I know certainly had no idea where they were going in life when they were 18. I think actually some of the most interesting 40-year-olds I know, they're sitting behind you, may not know exactly where they're going to go as they go on through their life. You don't have to know. That's the beauty of this. You just have to keep moving forward. You just have to keep doing something. Seize the opportunity, staying open to something new. It doesn't have to fit your vision of a perfect college or university, a perfect life, a perfect job. Perfect is kind of boring. And dreams are not real, or at least incomplete if you don't make them real by working really hard. So just do. Remember that dreams are good, embrace them. Look, they are the root of creativity, but keep an open mind and stay energized. All you really need to do next year, all you really need to do, and I'm going to conclude with this, remember your only requirement, your only job is to show up ready, willing, and wide-eyed. Thank you.
It is now my pleasure to welcome to the podium the valedictorian of the class of 2016, Ria Sood.
For pretty much all of us, high school has been 4 years of adults, often lovingly, pointing out our flaws. From physics free response questions, to history research papers, to English 12-sentence paragraphs, we have been forced to realize that we as humans are far from perfect. Our mistakes have been examined under a magnifying glass on a daily basis, and instead of sulking, we suck it up, accept the criticism, and move on. No matter how much we want our teachers to sit us down and tell us that our homework or test is exemplary, this definitely has never happened, at least not to me. However, while there is of course a huge part of us that would like to throw a pity party after these critiques, They are actually more important to our development than any compliments we could receive. The criticisms we have been offered over these past few years are what have shaped us into the students and people we are today. We have learned and grown and improved, primarily because we have had to acknowledge our weaknesses and have made the conscious decision to improve upon them. Equally importantly, though, we in turn have critiqued our own school. Since the first day of freshman year, we have been taught to be critical thinkers, to question everything, to dig into all information presented to us, to never accept anything at face value. And maybe our teachers intended for us to use this lens primarily while reading English texts or investigating the different realms of science, but in our classic USM manner, we went far beyond this. As much as USM critiqued us and helped us improve, we've done the same thing in return for our school. Irrefutably, the class of 2016 refused to accept what was established and instead pushed to make USM offer the best experience possible to all its students. Over the past 4 years, we have improved our high school. We've created new clubs, such as the Young Conservatives and Young Liberals, who each brought in impressive political speakers. Our members of Student Council brought back Town Hall and created the Wildcat News. This past year alone, our 2016 athletes led sports teams to state tournaments, while in April, 5 of our musicians participated in the state solo and ensemble competition. Additionally, 6 of us received a Scholastic Art Award. We were also the first class to participate in the Tower Project. And we were the first class to send people to the Student Diversity and Leadership Conference. I'd say we've kept busy these past few years. It is abundantly evident that our class has been so successful, not just because we had a few core leaders, but rather because all of us were leaders in various ways. Every single one of us made a conscious effort to critique our school and to improve it. We led our peers to victories, set examples for other classes to follow, and made sure that the ideas we were passionate about were represented in our community. The class of 2016 has been such an impressive one because we genuinely care and because we worked to help make USM fulfill its promise, just as USM made sure we fulfilled ours. And now, as we venture off, we will all be thrust into new environments filled with both perfect and imperfect elements. As we get to know our colleges, we won't be able to help note all the shortcomings of our respective campuses. And after the standards that USM has set, for some of us, these drawbacks will be rather evident. Many of us will be hard-pressed to find such passionate teachers who are so truly invested in our real lives, not just our academic ones. We may struggle to create the same tight-knit community where we know everyone else in our grade. We will need to make new friends after being surrounded by the same ones for years. And yet, just as our fortunate high school experience will give us a discerning perspective on our new schools this autumn, it will also give us a huge advantage. We have always been that class, the class that accepted nothing but the best from our school, the class that refused to settle for what was and instead fought for what USM could be. And we should not let this drive of ours, this passion that made us such a special group, desert us in the upcoming months and years. It is both our privilege and our responsibility to take these incomparable experiences and use them in the best way possible. College, and indeed the world in general, is far from perfect. And we, as the 2016 graduates from the University School of Milwaukee, must fight for what we believe in, using our abundant experience with critique to improve upon our new communities and homes wherever we are. Thank you.
Today's special guest, commencement speaker Mr. Dick Kramlich, is co-founder of New Enterprises Associates, a leading venture capital firm based in Silicon Valley. And he is currently the chairman of the NEA Management Company. Dick began his venture career in 1969 as a general partner with Arthur Rock and Company after 9 years in general management as manager of financial planning at Kroger Company and in investment management as the executive vice president at Gardner and Preston Moss Company in Boston. But just as importantly, Dick is a member of the class of 1953 from Milwaukee Country Day School, one of our 3 predecessor schools. Dick and his family moved to Milwaukee from Appleton to expand their family-owned grocery business into this area, at which time he and his younger brother Doug matriculated at Country Day. After graduating from Country Day with the great class of 1953, many of whom are with us today, he received a Bachelor of Science in History from Northwestern University and followed this with an MBA from Harvard University. While at Country Day, Dick lettered in tennis, receiving the Hands Trophy for having done the most for tennis in his senior year. In football, he was the most improved player in his senior year and played for the great Ken Laird, and was second team all-conference in basketball. And with fond memories of his classmates and faculty who have served as role models and mentors, I've thoroughly enjoyed hearing Dick's stories as we've become acquainted over the past couple of years. Dick has become reacquainted with University School also during that time by serving in a role on the school's innovation and entrepreneurial think tank. And we continue to discuss the evolution of excellence in education with these priority commitments for our school. Dick has received 5 Lifetime Achievement Awards for his career work, including his recent induction into the inaugural Global Silicon Valley Hall of Fame in Redwood City, California, this past October. He was described there as a venture capital trailblazer. Dick was inducted as a member of the Hall of Fame class of 2015 during the Pioneer Summit, an annual gathering of the world's most forward-thinking technology leaders, investors, and rising stars who are working together to build a stronger society. Additionally, together with his wife, Pam, Dick received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the San Francisco Art Institute in 2006. Pam and Dick are noted collectors of media art and founded the New Art Trust to foster best practices in the field in 1997. The Kramlichs have 4 adult children, 6 grandchildren, and they enjoy hiking, traveling, tennis, and swimming. Dick is undoubtedly one of our most successful alums. He represents what we hope for all of our graduates, including all of you in the class of 2016. His success in his career and life is a window into the model we hope to achieve at University School. He is an alumnus who has experienced through his life's work a strong will to succeed, the perseverance to stay focused on a worthy effort, and most importantly, the desire to make the world a better place. It is my great pleasure to welcome Dick back to University School and to introduce him to all of you at this time.
Thank you, Laura. I'm privileged and honored to be here on this great day. First thing I'd like to do is introduce my classmates who are here. Would you all stand, please? And I'm going to introduce you one at a time. Everybody stand up. Okay, I'm going to tell you who they are and their spouses. Let's see. There's one right there. So first of all, Susie and John Brennan, and these are all lifelong friends. Hello. Starting on the left, Bill Littell, Dick Galoon, Jim Meyer, and Todd Haberlin. These are all great friends, lifelong friends, and I'm honored to have them here. I think one of the reasons that I was asked to come here today was because I have a lifelong quest of innovation and trying to make the world a better place in any way that any one of us can do. And so I'm going to give you an example of innovation And then I'll get on with some more brief talk about other things having to do with character in your future. So the thing I'm going to pick, I think you probably think it's going to be technological or life sciences, but actually it's not going to be either one. It's going to be basketball. And the reason it's going to be basketball is, who would have ever thought that the first unanimous voice most valuable player would have been a 6'3" three-point expert, Steph Curry. You know, the three-point shot was invented by a renegade league, the American Basketball League, and for the past few years it's been out there, and people just really didn't take much account of the fact that if you won 1 inch on the inside part of a 35-foot shot, it was a lot less valuable than on the outside of a 35-point shot. Stephen Kerr, who is the coach at the Golden State Warriors, was a great outside shot himself, and he came to the Warriors and recognized the qualities that Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and a lot of the other, Desmond Green, I mean a lot of the other great players had, and they really would spell each other. Now, Steph Curry is a fabulous outside shot, as you all know, but the Warriors can win without him. That's a real testimony to teamwork. You know, when you watch Steph Curry warm up, it's not just a casual shot. I mean, the guy goes through an enormous amount of athletic preparation before every game. But the point is, innovation can take place on almost any level, in almost any activity in life. And I think it's thrilling to see what's happened in a sport that was formerly dominated by the likes of, 7-foot tall, really good guys, really good players, but they dominated the inside shot and made it a lot less fun. I think that this innovation has really tuned up basketball, and I think it's going to continue to do so. So I would vote my 2 cents worth as innovation in the three-point shot. It's 50% now. That's what they're getting. So that's just my vote for innovation. So now I was going to say a few things about my background, but Laura did such a good job I can't improve upon her. So I would like just to say one thing, is I came from Appleton, as she said, and it so happens that Ken Laird came from Appleton. And I was one of the smaller boys in the class when I arrived in 9th form, and I was really an outsider. And these are great guys that I went to school with. And Ken Laird took me on as an advisee. He was my advisor throughout the 4 years I was at Country Day. And you couldn't ask for a more inspirational coach than Ken Laird, as you all know. And so, I took a lot of wisdom from him. And he wanted to win, but he never sacrificed quality. He never sacrificed hard work. He never sacrificed perseverance. And he never sacrificed character. And those are lessons that I know all of you have learned. And it's something that I've kept with me my entire life, and I'm far better off for it. I've been fortunate in that my father had sold his company by the time I was halfway through college, and I realized that I could go anywhere and basically do whatever excited me to do and try to accomplish what I really had been nurturing and building throughout my entire life. And so I took that to heart. And as a consequence, my journey took me through a number of different experiences, but I learned in the face of it all to always think beyond the next step and always think in terms of time and place. Find out where the places are that are happening that you want to be a part of in building your own life. I use life instead of career because this is far beyond a career. This is life. And your life is something that is going to be tailor-made by you, for you. So anyway, I have a lot of things to be thankful for, and one of them is to have been a graduate of this school. The reason I'm here today is to help you understand how important it is that you have gone to USM. For how much I have accomplished in life, the foundation I received here is beyond value. Hard work, hard play, high standards, and perseverance through the difficult times are values I learned here. A sense of humor and humility doesn't hurt. You've learned how to study here. I'll never forget the 4 hours I was forced to employ every night when I was a first-year student here, because the standards were so much higher than where I'd gone to a very good school before in Appleton. And after a few rude awakenings, I told my mother, clear the desk. I'm going to be here from 7 to 11 every night. And then we were also, because we were newbies in the school, we had to come for tutoring lessons on Saturdays. So it was really 24/7, and it served me really well. Anyway, you've learned how to do that. You've learned what it takes to graduate from here. This is a really big day. And what you've done is accumulated a broad knowledge, which will become important in ways that are impossible for you to imagine right now. It's amazing to me how things crop up over the course of the years that just ring true, and I call upon, where did I learn that? By the way, our motto at Country Day when I was there was Aelis volat propriis, which in Latin means you learn to fly with your own wings. It was a great motto, I thought. So plan ahead and always think about what is beyond the next step so you can begin to build some continuity in the life you want to live. Do what excites you. I agree with everything you said, Laura, on that point. One of the reasons I've been asked here is my dedication to innovation. Innovation really involves taking calculated risks. No matter what path you take, stay with quality. If you make mistakes, and you will, you'll never have to apologize for them. Try to recognize mistakes early and be prepared to move on. When you take a perceived risk, try to evaluate what is the worst possible outcome. If it won't kill you or ruin you, it might make you better. I have a pet question I ask myself. When in doubt, leave it out. And that's saved me a lot of time and anguish. My advice is as follows. Number one is don't underestimate yourself, but be realistic. Really, the world is your oyster if you prepare yourself for it and you train for it. Secondly, your reputation is everything. Integrity is your most important value. Respect and learn and to value team play and leadership, not only in business and sports and government, but more importantly in personal activities, including your marriage. I don't have to tell you, we are very uncertain times. Change and uncertainty in most walks of life are the norm. But we will make it through this life if we just stay together. As I evaluate my life, preparedness, time, and place have made all the difference. I was speaking with Susan Brennan before this ceremony, and she was saying, you know, Dick, you've been able to move to where you want to go, and what has happened is I kept my wits about me, and I studied what was going on, what was important in innovation, and particularly in technology and life science. It started in Boston, really, and migrated to Silicon Valley, but it became a worldwide event globally, and it's also all over the United States, including Milwaukee. So I've had that ability to make, luckily, just make my time and place make a lot of difference for me. You know, sort of decide, you know, where are the waves that you want to be a part of? Where are they occurring? Go there, become part of it, learn from the bottom up, and make yourself as valuable as possible. So I would say, take life in stride as it unfolds. My favorite person of all time was Einstein, and he was agnostic late in life, and life is being ready for recognizing coincidences. Coincidences are things that sometimes you're confronted with. As you evaluate them, ingest them and decide whether this is a coincidence that's meant to be. And if it is, take that. It's a coincidence as a way of going forward. Einstein said the following, which I think is really the most valuable quote that I've ever heard, and that is, a coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. Remember that. and he was an agnostic until the day he died. Thank you.
Mrs. Fuller and Mr. Cecil, as head of the upper school, I do certify that the following named students have completed all graduation requirements and programs as mandated by the trustees of the University School of Milwaukee, and thereby are entitled to receive this University School diploma.
This is my favorite part. Charlotte Simpson Allen. Christopher Daniel Armbrust. Matthew Peter Bach. Turquoise Caroline Baker. Rebecca Ann Banghart. Gretchen Wynn Bechtold. Jordan Alan Bernard. Jacob Alexander Byrne. Preet Bela. Alexander O. Bedard. Alyssa Katerina Bilkovsky. Charles Edward Bobbs. Nada Imad Botris. Jacob Brennan. Charles Robert Butler. Thomas Lloyd Calvi. Charles Mark Christensen III. Jack Karkar Collison. Isabel Isley Cook. Jacob Andrew Corin. David Joseph D. Ambrisi. Philip Paul D'Antoine. Henri Louis Delegeau. Toriano Markel Eccles II. Nathaniel James Engel. Eleanor Frances Feynman. Gaetano Salvatore Ferrara. Noel Nadia Ansari Falali. Mark Francis Flaherty. Samuel Joseph Florsheim. Saida Minhal Fatima Gardezi. Levi William Geisness. Christopher Lewis Gibb. Arvind Venkat Gade. Ashutosh Goyal. Robert J. Hermanoff. Maxwell Lawrence Hershey. Joshua Benjamin Holmes. Chin Chin Hu. Thomas Terrence Inda. Vinay Jain. Robinette Lee Johnson. Jersey Michael Judge. Jacob P. Candle. Claudia Marie Karadimas. Justice D. Kelly. Leah Selena Kemper. Ibrahim Nawaz Khan. Hannah Alexandra Konyar. Frank Alexander Kolashevitz IV. Teresa Rose Kulik. Stephanie Madeline Larson. Marshall Huntington Lerner. Maxwell David Levitich. Yaakov Levine. Noah Franklin Luddy. Michael Blake Marcus. Allison K. Marking. Alana Marie McCauley. Erin Elaine McGahee. Henry Michael Miller. William Elliott Miller. Osman M. Mohuddin. Yasin Sheikh Najib. Zachary Thomas Nelson. Zoe Margaret Oscarson. John David Ostemeyer. Jude Forrest Outwater. Daryl Elizabeth Perry. Andrew James Peterson. Aaron T. Petzold. Andrew Arthur Pickart. Alexandra Sarah Pollock. Anna S. Priesing. Julia Eileen Radke. Sajith Robert Rodman. Dylan Benjamin Ross. Madeline Elizabeth Schaefer. Catherine Elizabeth Schmidt. Michael Allen Schmidt. Zachary Frederick Schneck. Brandon Christopher Schneiberg. Ethan Charles Schuler. Haley Shay Slater. Marin Rose Smith. Michael Laughlin Smith. Rhea Sood. Evan Alexander Stroud. Chandler Schmidt Sullivan. Matthew Allen Swan. Kira Calloway Swanson. Caroline Alexandra Taylor. Jeremiah Schwartz Truel. Alexandra Lynette Vandenheuvel. Joseph Allen Walskog. Samuel Robert Wells. Wiley Ryan Wicks. Emily Wiederhold. Catherine Marguerite Wilkinson. Alice Elizabeth Lynch Wilson. Jacob Robert Wine. Caroline Abigail Yauk. Shireen Zainab. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to present University School of Milwaukee's graduated class of 2016.
Now that you have all taken your seats, I'm going to ask you to stand back up. And we will play our alma mater for our graduating seniors one more time. Once the alma mater is done, we will recess out of the gymnasium. Guests, I ask all of you, please stay in your seats until all the graduates and all the faculty and the stage have completely left the gymnasium, and then I invite you to join us right next door for our graduates' reception. Thank you.